Hey, let's get over the phones. Our favorite alderman is standing by. Is he not?
I believe so.
Yeah, Chad, are you there?
Hello.
Uh-oh. Okay. One of many things that might be awry this morning due to the damage that we took around here yesterday.
Hold on a second.
All right. I'll see if you can't work this out here. But, yeah, we've experienced a whole bunch of technical problems this morning because station was on the receiving end and right here in the front lines with everybody else as far as storm damage goes. So, yeah, internet knocked out, cable knocked out, and a bunch of other little bugs in the system that are giving us some fun this morning.
Hey, Chad, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Nice. There we go. Now we can hear him. Chad Tuneberg's on the line. How are you?
I don't know if it was the bug in the system or somebody who works the system there.
Let's not talk about the people that work the system.
Yeah, let's go with in the system. I think we should be fine with that one.
One of those board-up gremlins were playing around with things yesterday that messed things up, so we're good to go now.
Right, yeah. Other than that, we should be absolutely fine.
All right, the rest of your call-ins are good to go. I was the guinea pig.
Yes, you were. So the third ward, been ringing your phone off the hook?
Really, I think the third ward on the west side of the third ward, it fared fairly well. I mean, there were some branches down and all, but yes, as we move eastward, it got considerably worse. No question about it.
Where are we at power-wise, constituents without power? Have you had any communication with ComEd? Any ETAs coming our way?
Yeah, we had some on and offs yesterday before City Council started at 5:30, and there was some power flickers. Had them here at my place as well, and then during City Council, my understanding is power went out in a lot of places within the third ward, and to my knowledge, that mostly in the third ward, power is back on. Of course, on the east side, I go to near Eisenhower Middle School and Arden off of Highcrest. But yes, again, east of there took it a lot harder, and I'm not sure if power is on when you get over into Alderman Beach's ward, Alderman Durkee, Alderman Frost. Their wards took it on the chin pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ComEd outage map right now. Customers affected, it says here, is 11,103. 15% of the area is without. 282 outages reported around Rockford.
And of course, everyone, it's an easy number to remember, 1-800-EDISON-1. Again, 1-800-EDISON-1. If you do have live wires or trees that are hanging on wires, definitely call 1-800-EDISON-1.
And you can go to ComEd.com and check that outage map as well. It breaks it down by county, breaks it down by city, and all that. Lets you know how many people are affected out of how many are served, what the overall percentage is, and number of outages in total.
And so hopefully everything will get back on soon for those if you do not have power at the moment. And of course, there's going to be a lot of conversation about trees down. The right-of-way, and for people who don't know kind of what the definition of the right-of-way is, the right-of-way is when it comes to streets and sidewalks and all, generally is from the curb in and generally about a foot or two past the sidewalk. So everywhere between that sidewalk area to the curb is considered the right-of-way. And a lot of times you'll have trees that are in the right-of-way. And those are actually, it's city property. It is by ordinance up to the residents to keep it mowed and in good aesthetic condition. But when it comes to tree service within that right-of-way, it is the city's duty. So if you do have trees down that originated within the right-of-way, you can call the city. Again, that's the same number as the snow hotline and all that during other times of the season, but it's 779-348-7260. Again, 779-348-7260. Otherwise, you can just call the city and ask the customer service number, and they'll direct you. But if you have trees down that originated in the right-of-way, the city will come and eventually take care of that.
Is it all right to drag all your stuff over to the right-of-way, or is that, looked upon with a frown?
That was my first question.
Well, we got to watch out, Joe pulling a George Washington and cutting down a tree right now in a much-needed tree in the yard that needed to be cut down and thinking, well, I could probably pull that over and put it in the right-of-way in the city and then call the city, and the city will come and pick it up. Well, during times like this, there are so many trees that the city is going to have to address and branches down and all. They're pretty good, and the forestry department is pretty good at sensing whether a branch or a tree that's sitting in the right-of-way originated within the right-of-way. And if they sense it didn't originate in the right-of-way, they'll go ahead and pull that tree and put it back onto the lawn. So,
okay.
Yeah, and yes, it really is just for the trees that are in the right-of-way that the city will handle. If there are trees affecting power lines, you obviously want to call ComEd on that. But if a tree is on private property and it is down, that is the responsibility of the homeowner. Now, this gives me a chance. About 2 years ago or so, I think it was around 2 years ago on City Council, we passed the private property tree removal program. And what the private property tree removal program is for dead and dying trees on private property. Now, it does have to be a homeowner. It can't be a rental property. The city does offer a no-interest loan, and it is repaid by residents through their water bills. And it is for trees, that are deemed by the forestry department as being a hazard, and you can go on now to meet also the income requirements. A household income has to be below $70,000 household income. So again, if you have trees that are dead and dying and could be possibly causing a hazard, you can go either on the city website or contact customer service at the city. 779-348-7300. Again, 779-348-7300, and you can look at the plan, look at the program documents and such. So.
All right, I do want to circle back here to this very fascinating right-of-way rule that you've brought up, because there's two scenarios, right? We're not talking, and we're not just a lot of big branches are down that are tough to move. So there's two scenarios. If a branch has been removed, a large one, from a tree that is on that right-of-way property, but lands on my private property, are you guys taking care of that? And conversely, if there's a tree on my private property that loses a large branch that then lands in the right-of-way property, are you guys taking care of that?
Joe, I'm still trying to figure out that if two trains leave Denver at the same time. Well, I haven't figured that one out yet, but I have figured out the answer to your question.
Nice. Very good.
And so it's really where it originated from, and if it is a branch that comes down from a tree that's in the right-of-way and it lands on your private property, you just go ahead and tug it right over next to the curb, give the city a call, and ask for pickup.
But tugging a large branch from a private property tree onto the right-of-way, that'll get it tugged back onto my private property, correct?
Correct. If it originated on your private property and it landed in the right-of-way, there's a good chance that you'll find it on your property.
Okay. So what you're saying is the guys who show up are forensically trained, and not unlike CSI, will determine exactly where on the lot that came from and let you know.
Yep, we try to put them through good training with our taxpayers' dollars.
All right, so I'm not gonna drag the large limb from my private property onto the right-of-way, but I am gonna get my chainsaw out and I'm going to cut it up. How am I disposing of it after that? Is there gonna be a special pickup coming around? Is there a place for me to take all this extra wood? How am I getting rid of that branch?
If If it originated on your private property?
Correct.
Yeah, that's a matter of calling one of the tree companies, and if you don't want to cut it into firewood for your own personal use, then yes, it would be a matter of calling the tree company. Also, the branches, remember, those can be cut if you want to cut those in and bundle them up with twine. Some of that can be taken even by Rock River Disposal.
Okay.
All right.
You can go on their website, and it'll tell you what the perimeters are, how long it has to be, and such, and they'll go ahead and take some of those branches.
I think one of the underlying pieces of subtext I'm getting out of this as well is, if in doubt, make a phone call, talk to somebody, get it worked out.
That's it. And sorry, Riley, to hear you. I heard you took a little brunt. I was listening earlier, but it'll be an exciting time. Looking for a new front lawn fountain with maybe a koi pond and some pink flamingos. You'll be a hit in the neighborhood.
Well, I have the flamingos, so I just need to build the whole scene around that. Yeah, and getting my daughter a car, because that tree, when it went, landed directly on top of her car in the driveway.
Oh, big bummer. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she was complaining the car rode a little too high on the road now. So, that's all been taken care of. She's got herself a real nice lowrider going.
I'm very excited to get somebody else on Team Fountain with me, though.
Yeah, I noticed this, which will then be taken up with my wife and pitched. I'm looking forward to all of this and writing the check for it later.
How's everything else in the ward there, Chad? Before things went to crap yesterday.
Well, thanks for asking, Joe. We're, really, we're coming along. We got great resilient residents, but again, there's no question about it. You can't sugarcoat the fact of the businesses really have taken a big hit with the COVID situation, protesting disruptions, downtown businesses really. They're resilient. They're great people, and they could really use the help. And if anyone can get out for a night out on the town and have a bite to eat and get downtown and let some of these small businesses know you're there.
Absolutely, because as you mentioned, they have taken it on the chin, and they've been forced to be wildly creative and extend themselves out and do everything they can to try to keep this business afloat. If you can possibly stop by and get a bag full of goodies and head home, that would be a wonderful thing for everybody.
Right, and City Market is back up and running, so I was down there on Friday, and people were enjoying themselves, and getting into the restaurants and all, and so we're back. That's back up and running.
I will make a note here. I was down there as well on Friday, early Friday, for City Market, and there was a protester issue again. I've got to say, and I don't. They shouldn't be blocking traffic and be taken care of. I saw these protesters. I'm not concerned by them at all. They seem to be wildly unorganized and just kind of there for the party. Not looking to cause mayhem, but definitely being disruptive. Does it seem like that had toned down last week compared to 2 weeks ago?
Absolutely. The police, the Rockford police, in conjunction with the county sheriff's police, now are making arrests and for various reasons, and so it's just it's not as disruptive. They're being held to a certain area. When they come out of that area or disruptive with noise and all, there are actions taken. A couple weeks ago, I think it was more of a free-for-all, and so City Market did choose to close that one weekend, but now with new perimeters in place and how to deal with it, like you said, Joe, it really wasn't affecting the City Market goers at all. So everything is getting back up and running there. So I would encourage everyone to get back down and enjoy their Friday nights like they had before.
Outstanding. Hey, Chad, as always, we're up against the clock, but man, we appreciate you weighing in with us and giving out some information that I'm sure will be very helpful to people who are doing some cleanup this morning.
You guys are the best. Thanks for having me, and keep up the good work.